So the GTA 6 Ultimate Edition just got revealed, and I just want to go over everything and kind of explain my theories as to what we can expect in GTA 6. I'm trying to get this video out before the 25th, so apologies if the edits are minimal or underwhelming. Let's just get right into it. The first screenshot, we have Lucia and Jason side by side here. First of all I can say is Lucia's hairstyle looks amazing. I can go on and on about this, but we have to move on. We then have the 95 Corti Cheetah, obviously inspired by the Ferrari. It also looks incredible. Details are amazing. Then the Hawk and Little Morgan revolvers specific to Jason and Lucia. Also really cool, special engravings right here, which looks high quality. Then we have the personalized variants of weapons. Now what I want to focus on here is specifically the wording. It says here Jason's Garadi ES9 and Lucia's Closa K17. Now this specific wording is leading me to believe that both Jason and Lucia will have a separate set of weapons, where Jason will have specific weapons that he can use as a character to kind of flesh him out more, and Lucia the same as well. So there's going to be certain weapons that Jason can use that Lucia can't, and that Lucia can use that Jason can't. And there's also going to be a middle ground where there's weapons that they both can use. So this is kind of just to flesh them out as characters, compared to GTA 6, where all of the characters could use all of the exact same guns. This is just a theory, of course, but if it is true, which I think it is, it's going to be really cool to see the different types of weapons, and this just shows how each character is going to feel like you're playing a different game because of the weapons that they can use. And it also motivates you to switch between them and enjoy both of them, because each one might have a different set of weapons that they can use, which ultimately allows you to play the game differently. Apart from that, the gravings on the weapons are incredible, and I'm looking forward to it. Moving on to this screenshot of Jason and Lucia seated, I want to point out that they both have tattoos on their hands, which I think is a new feature if I'm not mistaken. I think in GTA 5, the closest thing we had to that was Trevor, where he had tattoos on his hands that you could not remove. So in GTA 6, it seems to look like this is going to be something that you can fully customize. So we're going to have tattoos for your lower arm, upper arms, and then hands as well, it looks like. So that's pretty cool. Of course, these are all theories. Again, I just would like to mention that. But yeah, moving on. Here we have Jason's safe house. You get these two vehicles if you buy the Ultimate Edition. I just want to focus on the wording here again. Jason's safe house and vehicles. Jason's safe house vehicles leads me to believe that Jason is going to have his own safe house, whereas Lucia is going to have her own as well. This is not a new thing. We also had it with GTA 5. I guess it's just important to point out, and it's obviously going to affect the gameplay a lot, moving around different safe houses, of course, because I initially thought that they lived together, but the fact that this is labeled specifically Jason's safe house leads me to believe that Lucia is going to have her own. So I'm really interested to see on how much Lucia's safe house or safe houses will differ from Jason's, because from the trailers we've seen so far, we haven't seen anything that could remotely suggest that Lucia had a safe house or place to stay, apart from, I guess, the prison we saw her in the first trailer. Also, Jason doesn't seem to have a garage in this safe house, so I'm really hoping that us just parking the cars underneath the house is going to save them there. I think that would be really cool and seamless, so fingers crossed for that one. Moving on, we have the closest thing we know right now to GTA 6's version of Los Santos Customs, which is a mod shop called Rideout Customs. Now, this is something you get in the Ultimate Edition, which leads me to believe that this is not GTA 6's standard mod shop. So in GTA 5, we have Los Santos Customs all over Los Santos. GTA 6 probably has its own, but this is not it. This is what you get in the Ultimate. This is just one of the mod shops you get with the Ultimate Edition called Rideout Customs. And it comes with its own special customizations, which leads me to believe again that this is going to be a separate mod shop with its own unique customizations, whereas the standard mod shop for the GTA 6 world is going to have its own separate customizations as well, which just multiplies the complexity and diversity when it comes to customizing vehicles in GTA 6, which has me like super excited. You guys have no idea. So this one is called Rideout Customs. The standard mod shop for the GTA 6 universe might be called Vice City Customs or Leonida Customs, who knows, but it is most likely that the standard mod shop for the GTA 6 universe And this Rideout Customs are not going to have the same options for vehicle customizations. So you're going to have to come here for certain customizations and go to the standard one for other customizations, which has me psyched as again opposed to GTA 5, where every mod shop in the GTA 5 world just had the same customization. There was nothing unique. There was nothing really interesting that pulled you to a certain mod shop. You just went there to fix your car or make it faster. There was nothing unique about a certain shop in GTA 5. That it looks like that's not going to be the case in GTA 6, which is really, really cool. Also, another thing with this Rideout Customs, if we look at the guys working on the car at Rideout Customs, it's these two guys specifically. I just want to point that out because I'm gonna come back to it a little later in the video. Moving on to the hair salon that you unlock with the Ultimate Edition. This is called Sarah's Unisex Salon, and I just want to point out the word unisex specifically, since Jason and Lucia are obviously male and female compared to Michael, Franklin, and Trevor, who are all male. It looks like the GTA 6 is going to have a male salon shop. That's most likely where you're going to take Jason to get his haircut, and a female salon shop where you're going to take Lucia to get her, I guess, haircuts, I guess. So that's an interesting detail or an interesting theory I'm having, because Sarah's unisex salon is very specific. So this is most likely going to be a salon where you can take both Jason and Lucia and you're going to be able to get cuts for them regardless of who you're playing as. So as Lucia, you're probably not going to be able to get service from the male salon where Jason gets his haircuts, and as Jason, you won't be able to get service at the female salon for where Lucia gets her haircuts. But with this Sarah's unisex salon, you can just take any character and you'll be able to get like some exclusive new haircuts and so forth. So it looks like, based on that word alone, unisex, I think that's going to be the case in GTA 6. Similar to GTA 5, where you had the hangout feature between the three main characters, GTA 6 is obviously also going to have that, but with Jason and Lucia, it's probably going to be going out on a date and doing fun, romantic stuff, and sometimes committing crimes. So this is probably an example of that, and we don't know it. So when you're playing GTA 6, it's very likely you're gonna be able to go on a date with Lucia or Jason based on who you're playing, and you're gonna do stuff like this where you're going on yachts and whatnot and just scuba diving, playing with dolphins. Basically, kind of like a date sim, if we're being honest. So that's pretty cool. So here we have Stock 305, which is a clothing store that's going to be in the GTA 6 Ultimate Edition. What I want to focus on is the wording here that says only open for business with the Ultimate Edition. A lot of people seem to be confused on what that means, so I just kind of want to give my understanding on it. So this store is going to exist in GTA 6, but if you do not have the Ultimate Edition, you cannot access it. It is only open for business if you have the Ultimate Edition. So think of it as you have the fancy clothes store in GTA 5 and you have Bingo. So let's say the fancy clothes store was part of the Ultimate Edition. You can see it, you can drive past it, maybe it's even showing up as an icon on your map, but you cannot go in or buy anything from it if you do not have the Ultimate Edition of GTA 5. So that's probably going to be the case with Stock 305 in GTA 6, and that's what they mean by only open for business with the Ultimate Edition. This store is probably going to exist in GTA 6. Players can drive past it, do all sorts of things, but you can only go into it and buy things if you have the Ultimate Edition. So it's probably going to lock you out, or you're going to get some kind of pop-up screen telling you to get the Ultimate Edition if you want to access this store from the open world. So that's most likely what it means. That's what I understand from this statement. This applies to Rideout Customs, Stock 305. There's going to be a lot of commercial buildings in GTA 6 that you cannot access unless you have the Ultimate Edition. Of course, you will still have access to the standard commercial buildings to buy clothes and customize your car, but there will be certain ones that are locked behind the Ultimate Edition. Next up, I want to talk about the Vapid Dominator buggy. Here they're talking about it, saying conveniently stored at the Paradise Garage in Watson Bay, which features a weapon locker plus a secure place to deposit stolen goods to be fenced. Firstly, in this sentence, I want to focus on Paradise Garage in Watson Bay. Obviously, no different from GTA 5. We're going to have a bunch of garages all over the map that we can store our vehicles in. That's nothing new. Moving on, weapon locker. This garage has a weapon locker. Now, this word specifically here is leading me to believe that GTA 6 is going to have a limited inventory for weapons. So we're not going to have the classic weapon wheel feature from GTA 5. So it is very likely that Jason and Lucia will only be able to carry a certain amount of weapon. That's obviously going to make it more realistic slash immersive compared to the weapon wheel where you could hold like over a dozen guns as one character, which didn't really make sense. I do see a couple people complaining about this change, if it is true, of course, but this weapon locker is leading me to believe that Jason and Lucia will only be able to carry a certain amount of weapons. So we're gonna need weapon lockers to store weapons that we can't carry anymore, to swap them for the weapons that we do want to carry. Like I said, I do see a lot of people complaining about this feature. I personally don't mind it because it gives you a reason to kind of travel the map, to go from one place to another to get certain weapons. Because a lot of people were started complaining about GTA 5 and how empty the world felt, and traveling didn't really feel like it gave value. So with GTA 6, moving from one place to another to get to a weapon locker so that you can get your favorite weapon, or because you need this weapon for this certain mission, I think kind of gives you more reason to move around the massive world of GTA 6. It's probably also going to be fun and kind of make the world feel effective, alive, and all of your decisions, you know, kind of matter to a certain extent. It's essentially going to be like a game like Arc Raiders, right? Where you have a limited inventory, you can only carry a limited amount of weapons. The rest you have to store in a certain crate that you cannot take with you. So this pushes you to really think about the weapons that you actually go out with based on the mission or just what you enjoy, which is an interesting approach for GTA 6 that I'm looking forward to. Next up, stolen goods to be fenced. A lot of people also seem to be confused on that term, so I looked it up. Fenced is criminal terminology, and it basically means selling stolen goods illegally. So it looks like GTA 6 is also going to have a certain crate or box where you can store goods, items that you've stolen, and then sell them later on for profit. So that's very interesting. So this also kind of contributes to my theory of GTA 6 having sort of like an inventory system with limited items that you can carry. So this is going to include weapons as well as general items, such as items that you've stolen that you're going to have in your inventory. And if you don't want to lose them through dying, you're probably going to want to, for the weapons, you're going to want to come store them in your weapon locker. And for the stolen items, you're going to come and put them in this secure place where you will later on sell these stolen items. So that's pretty interesting as well. Moving on to the Electric Fang Tattoo Shop. This is a tattoo shop, an Ultimate Edition tattoo shop. It's going to be in GTA 6's Ultimate Plus Edition. Again, I want to point out that this is just one tattoo shop that's included in the Ultimate Plus Edition. GTA 6 is going to have its general tattoo shops that you can go to, but this is just an extra one that you get if you get the Ultimate Edition. Like I said, these will be commercial buildings that you can only access if you have the Ultimate Edition. So you're going to get a pop-up screen most likely, or some kind of notification telling you to get the Ultimate Edition if you try to access the store with the base edition. This tattoo shop offers over 50 signature tattoos for both Jason and Lucia, all designed by the artist collective Fail. Now I looked up these guys and they are actual real people based in Brooklyn. So they're like real artists who probably exclusively designed these over 50 signature tattoos just for GTA 6. So that's a little cool detail if it is true, of course. Now something funny I want to point out is, who the hell is this tattoo artist? Does anyone know her at? Because no way she is built like that. My goodness, I'm just saying. Next up, we have another exclusive mod shop called One-Eyed Willy. This mod shop specializes in off-road modifications and hand-painted automotive artistry. Now, this is a mod shop, so it's essentially like Ride Out Customs or Los Santos Customs, but they specialize in off-road parts, we can all see here. This leads me to believe that they might be certain mod shops for certain car types. So you cannot take a supercar to a off-road mod shop, that's probably going to reject you, and you cannot take an off-road car to a supercar mod shop. This again excites me because it really diversifies GTA 6, where you have to, like I mentioned before, you have to travel from one place to another for a specific thing. It's not like in GTA 5 where every mod shop had the exact same items, they were just in different locations. So here it looks like certain mod shops are for certain car types. So like I said, it just really pushes the whole exploring the map and feeling out the environment and just kind of giving purpose for why certain things are where they are or how the way they are. So I think that's really cool. So with this mod shop here specifically, the One-Eyed Willies, since they specialize in off-road modifications, it is possible that you won't be able to take any other car type to this mod shop. They only accept off-road vehicles, as we can see here. Again, just a theory. Let's move on. Now I want to point out this picture here, going back to the other picture I mentioned of the guys in Rideout Customs. So we can see that these are obviously two different groups of people working on these cars. They are obviously at different mod shops. I just want to point this out because in GTA 5, if I'm not mistaken, it was the same guy for every mod shop. So it looks like in GTA 6, we're going to have different groups of people for different mod shops, for certain mod shops. So even the style, the setting, it's all different. So again, just promoting kind of that realistic feeling, adding more personality to the game and so forth. I think that's really cool. Next, we have a gang compound, and this is probably the most interesting piece for me. The description says, raid the compound of one of Southside Vice City's loudest and most socially active gangs and escape safely to score some special items and distinct contraband. Now, this is labeled as a gang compound, which the closest thing I can relate it to is if you played Spider-Man 2018, Miles Morales, or Spider-Man 2. All over the map, there were these different factions that had control of certain areas. If you entered those areas, you'd have to fight them to take back control and kind of keep the city safe. So it is possible that GTA 6 is going to have that same feature. So this is a gang compound for this specific gang called PPT Youngin's Illegal Goods Store, or I don't know what the name is, but it's going to be a special area, right? So this leads me to believe that GTA 6's map is going to be filled with these different factions, probably the Cubans, the Haitians, as now we're going to have this group here, as well as possibly other groups that are going to be having control of different areas all over Leonida that Jason and Lucia can raid for certain items, which also pushes my theory of GTA 6 having like an inventory system. So this is really cool in my opinion. The playability of this game is just unlimited. It's just so much fun, so much to do all over the map. This is similar to what they did in San Andreas with the gang system, where the map kind of was highlighted in different gangs, different colors. So you would raid that area to kind of take control of that gang's territory. So this is really, really interesting. Again, this is just a gang compound that you get as part of the Ultimate Edition. We do not know like the standard, like different types of gangs in GTA 6, like I just mentioned. So this is really, really cool. I'm really looking forward to this. So you raid these places similar to Spider-Man. You beat or slash kill everyone. You take control of it, and then you gain special items from it. This is really nice to see. So this is just one of many gang compounds we're going to see in GTA 6. And they're all going to have their different personalities, settings, environment, as well as probably way of fighting and so forth. I believe this is the last thing we have. This is another cool feature which I think I understand a little bit. It's called Special Commission Classic Car Collection. So this is a special commission that you're going to get in GTA 6, part of the Ultimate Edition. Now I do not know if these special commissions come as a standard in GTA 6's base edition, but it is most likely that they will, since this is very close to the commission or asset missions that we had in the original GTA Vice City, where you essentially had a business and you had to do a lot of series of missions underneath that business to reach a goal or finish the little storyline for that specific business. So this special commission is about collecting parts for classic cars, which is cool because it reminds me of Need for Speed Payback, which also had a similar feature. After you finish the game, you could collect parts around the map for secret cars that you could unlock, classic cars and so forth. So that it's pretty close to that. So this is really cool. The cars also look amazing, and we have gang compounds, special commissions that we're gonna have in GTA 6. This is pretty much essentially confirmed and has me super hyped. We're going to be going all over the GTA 6 map, kind of looking for parts to unlock special vehicles, which is just so amazing. And this is just one of the special commissions. Who knows what the base edition of GTA 6's special commissions hold? So, looking forward to that as well. You do get the Vintage City Pack if you pre-order the game, which includes special retro outfits for Jason and Lucia. The only thing I can point out here is that the vehicle that you get, which is the 55 Vapid Steiner, is very reminiscent, obviously reminiscent of the taxi vehicle in the original GTA Vice City, which, if you remember, there was also a commission or asset mission for that taxi business as well. So it's really cool that we have this vehicle back in GTA 6, and it's kind of honored because these were the classic taxis in the original Vice City, and there were also taxis in, I believe, San Andreas and Liberty City. So it's really cool that we're kind of getting this back and we get to drive it around, and it looks really polished. So that's really cool. The second thing I want to point out is the special wrap for guns that you get in this bundle, the Tommy Vassetti wrap, we're just gonna call it. So this leads me to believe that we're going to have way more diversity in the wraps for guns in GTA 6. So we can see Jason has this SMG and it has the Tommy Vassetti wrap, but this Tommy Vassetti wrap is also on these pistols and another type of SMG, which leads me to believe that it can be put on different guns. So we're going to have a bunch of different wraps that we can put on our guns. So that's going to be cool. Hopefully they're not too colorful, or else GTA 6 is just going to look like Fortnite or Saints Row or something. But I'm looking forward to the different type of wraps that we're going to have. Maybe we're going to have like a cheater print wrap and so forth. GTA 5 also did have wraps, but it wasn't really too much. There were a couple cool ones, but they were mostly bland. So I really hope that GTA 6 kind of expands on these types of wraps. So if you want this wrap, you're gonna have to pre-order the game, and obviously the base game is gonna come with a bunch of other just base wraps that we can all test out. That's all the information I've been able to get from this Ultimate Edition announcement. I really hope it was useful. Again, apologies if the edits in these videos were minimal. I'm trying to get it out as soon as possible. So let me know your thoughts down below, and yeah, peace.